everybody, this is Mateo, and I am dumb. Why am I dumb? Because I recorded this earlier today, like half an hour ago, and I closed out of Audacity, thinking that I had saved the commentary file. However, I hadn't, so here I am recording it again. And I'm going to give this one last try, and if I don't remember to save it again, then I'm done for the day. Like, you can't... I will be too frustrated with myself to be able to re-record this. However, if you were watching this, then that means then that I was at least slightly smart and was able to figure out how to save the commentary. But either way, we have to go through a victory road, and I so did not see this coming. I mean, it's not like they had a victory road in any of the other games. Not at all. This is totally new, although technically it was, because this is the, well, not really the first game, but the remake of the first game. It's technically a remake. But in case you couldn't see it flashing on the ground there, it was flashing because of random battles, and the random map, well, not random, but the map shows up, and then the sprites show up afterwards, so you could see like a little flash as Pikachu shows up. Bleh, excuse me, and all the trainers show up, and the items and rocks and stuff. Well, that little tile, that brighter tile on the floor there was actually a wall, sort of. It looked more like a wall in the remakes, but then again, sprite limitations and graphic limitations and stuff in this game. So, yeah, basically by pressing that boulder on that switch, you unlock that wall. And this is one of the very few times that a trainer actually switches out their Pokemon. It was a bad switch though, so haha. And Slowbro grows to level 51. But once you put the boulder on the switch, then the way will be open and you can continue on with this place. You can't just step on the switch, otherwise the wall will reappear as soon as you step off of it. And you can't have, like, Pikachu step on the switch for you, and then you call it back in its Pokeball and re-release it out of the Pokeball or something like that, because that would be too easy. But whatever, I like this guy, this trader. Except for the fact that he has his Pokemon all at level 42, and they aren't fully evolved. Well, at least most of them. He has all three of the starters in their second form. That and my obsession with the number 42 continues, and actually I just now noticed that. I didn't notice that they were level 42 in my first attempt at recording this. But yeah, he has a Ivysaur, a Wartortle, and a Charmeleon. Oh, and Light Screen, that raises defense, although I really don't like those auxiliary moves. So we're just going to continue like this, and surf onto a flaming lizard thing, and beat it. And his final Pokemon is a Charizard. So, yay, and Surf's animation is messing up for whatever reason. I think it's because I sped it up, and because of the lack of frames, like sometimes a couple frames are, I don't know if they're dropped, but I think because I sped it up, it's skipping the frames that have the rain effect on them. But whatever, you still know that I'm surfing because that's a water type attack and that's a smart move to do. And more boulder pushing. This is a simple one. This place and one other is like the only place with strength puzzles in the game. I'm trying to think of whether that's untrue or not, but no, I do believe this is true, and yay, another trainer. And Pikachu randomly disappears, but that's what I was talking about with the whole sprite thing. If you didn't see it, the item below us also disappeared. So, there's that. For whatever reason, your character still stays though, and the trainer does as well, so I guess they're another type of whatever. I don't know. But, Slowbro still hasn't learned Psychic. See, when I turned down the TM for Psychic in Saffron City, I just skipped it completely. Oh, hi, random bird thing that we won't catch until a couple episodes later, because I will catch all the legendary Pokemon last. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I turned down the Psychic TM because I didn't think it would take this long for Slowbro to learn Psychic, and I thought it would be useless, but no. I should have just taught him Psychic anyways. And ooh, Mega Kick. We'll teach that on the obvious choice. How could Slowbro be able to raise its foot up high enough to kick someone at mega proportions, and I'll get rid of double kick. And I don't know, a kick from Pikachu, unless it were like electrified, that doesn't seem like it would hurt all that much. But whatever, we have a trainer up there, and around here we have a rock. Nope, however we do have the trainer. I'm just going to walk right around you and grab that full heal. And in the first recording of this, I completely forgot what that item was, even though I just picked it up 2 seconds ago. I really wasn't paying attention. And another guy with a Persian. I don't know why I have Slowbro up front. I just do. And that's going... yeah, that hit 5 times. Of course. But yeah, I don't know why I have Slowbro up front. It makes running away from the random battles kind of difficult, because I do just run away from them, because they're just Geodude and Zubat and nothing new. And Golduck. Golduck's a cool Pokemon. However, because I am dumb, I always mistook it for a water psychic type, like Slowbro. However, there are reasons for this. For instance, it learns psychic attacks. For one, in the anime, Misty always had it, and when it got enough of a headache, it would use Confusion, which is a psychic type attack, and Disable, which is an attack usually used by psychic types as well. That, and in one of the cards, one of the really old ones is like Psyduck holding its head and looking into a lake type of thing. It shows it as a water type Pokemon, however one of its attacks, it uses a psychic type energy. So I always thought that Psyduck was part psychic because of those reasons. However, it's not, it's just water. So it's kind of like Slowbro without the added weaknesses, although less defensive. And I don't know how its offenses stick up with that. I never used a Golduck, although it looks pretty cool. I just never really went back to catch one. In fact, I have yet to catch a Psyduck in this game because I never went back to catch one. Yay, oh well. Child Prodigy. That might be me. Technically I'm only 10, although for whatever reason, I've always viewed Ash as like a 12 or 13-year-old. Just because I never really imagined a 10-year-old would be that tall compared to Brock, who I always imagined was like a 15, 16-year-old. And Misty, who's like 14 or so. At least I always thought that way. So, whatever, but still. Oh, Flareon was put to sleep, and the one time that Flareon could shine, too. And it's going to hit 5 times, isn't it? Yes, it hit 5 times. Yay, Flareon, the one time that you could shine and you failed. Good job. Good job. And yay for moving around the mic. First I'm to the side of it, and now I'm right in front of it, except for the pop filter that's blocking me. I'm not right in front of it, there's like a 5-inch... no, not a 5-inch, more like a 3-inch distance, but whatever. And we take down that Cloyster while I talk about random things, and then an Arcanine. Arcanine's pretty cool, although I never used it. And it will be beaten in 1 hit. Yay for easy exploitable weaknesses. And we can grab this item, which is a Max Revive, which is helpful. And we have this rock over here, and this rock needs to be pushed. And it needs to be pushed all the way over here, and that ladder down there, that'll lead to the random bird that we saw earlier. We'll go down there later on. Back when I'm catching the legendary Pokemon. That random bird was meant to be in the area that it is in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Those areas were meant to be in this game, but because of memory limitations, they couldn't fit it in, so they just stuck them in Victory Road. And that's the whole story behind that random bird right there. Why am I keeping it a secret like that? It really doesn't matter, and everybody's going to know. I mean, this game is like 15 years old, and it's been remade technically twice, although Moltres is... I just spoiled. Good job, me. Okay, so that random bird that I've been talking about is Moltres. Hooray for me and my continued stupidity. Oh, Dugong. Cool. Thumbs up, I like Dugong. Dugong's actually really useful. I didn't think it would be that great, but... you know, it's pretty good. I don't know, my team, I'd say that Slowbro and Dugong turned out really well. What's the other? Dugtrio turned out really well. Pikachu is kind of meh. If I could evolve it, it could be better. And Hitmonlee is kind of meh. I don't know, it just doesn't have very many. Doesn't have a lot of different types that it can use. It can basically only use fighting and normal type attacks, which are only so useful, whereas I'm suddenly Dugong. For whatever reason, I was thinking Dugtrio or Dodrio. They both start with D's, but still, stupidity. Dugong, it can use water and psychic type attack. Not psychic, that's Slowbro, you dolt. Water and ice types, and Slowbro can use water and psychic types, so they're a lot more useful in more situations. Whereas, the other one's not so much. And Flareon, I'm just having bad luck with Flareon. Flareon faints really easily, and it always seems to be hit with status moves, like Sleep there. So, I'm not really liking Flareon a whole lot, but whatever. I'm not going to go grab another fire type. We're nearing the end of the game, and I've been using Flareon ever since, like, part 15, so... We're in it for the long haul, Flareon, even if you do sleep halfway through it. Either way, this random guy right here, he's a water trainer. He has a Kingler, a Tentacruel, and a Blastoise, and I only know that because I recorded this earlier. And Kingler will go down in one hit, and then he'll send out a Tentacruel, which is water poison type. Weird. It's an odd type matching, I guess. I mean, it makes sense with it being a jellyfish and all. I don't know, even weirder is the other jellyfish in black and white, which I suddenly can't remember its name. I don't know, there are certain black and white Pokemon that I don't really remember their name of. Like, for whatever reason, I was confusing Tynamo with Tympole for forever. Maybe it's because they both start with TY. And this girl has the entire Bellsprout line. And speaking of Bellsprout, in the anime, I was so surprised. Like, I thought that Ash was the only one that didn't evolve his Pokemon, but then here you have, like, everybody in the Pokemon League who's using unevolved Pokemon. Like, that one girl, she had a Bellsprout and beat up everything except for Muck, who, like, sat on it and won. I thought Ash was the only one that didn't evolve his Pokemon, but apparently I was wrong. Even though when you evolve your Pokemon, their stats become a lot higher and stuff. And you only use an unevolved Pokemon in competitive battling for the lulz. So, it's just strange. And an Aurora Beam will take down that Victory Bell. And there we go. That's almost the last trainer in this area. We're almost done with this area. And I was about to say hooray for a dead end, but no, there's a passage right there. And if you saw that rock up there, that's a shortcut to later on in the place. That's another shortcut right there. However, we need to go down here, and oh, hi rock that we just pushed down the pit. Now we have to use strength again, because for whatever reason they forgot that we had it activated whenever we enter a new floor. And we must push that all the way to the switch. It moves so slowly. And we get interrupted by random battles at random intervals. That's why they're random. We're almost there. Maybe if I didn't use Slowbro for this, it would have been a little faster because Slowbro is slow. Then again, I don't really remember if I used Slowbro or Slowpoke. Or Hitmonlee, because I don't have a Slowpoke anymore, it evolved. And I remember this guy, I accidentally cut out his battle, and I don't even know what he had. Whatever. It was something that was weak to Dugtrio. There's your hint. It was probably a fire type, or an electric type, or a poison type. There's probably one other type that I'm forgetting, but whatever. Either way, for now we are heading to Indigo Plateau for real, and yay for random maze of statues. It's just like the architecture people just said, like, man, put them wherever, and then they did, and then they accidentally blocked off the Indigo Plateau, and there would never be a challenger here ever. And I made that exact same joke in the last recording. And all in all, this is pretty close to the exact recording, the last one. Not exactly, but it's close enough. We talked about a couple different things, but whatever. In the next part, we will take on the Elite Four.